Jesus must be honored, must be honored, must be honored. Jesus must be honored in my life every day. Jesus must be honored, must be honored, must be honored. Jesus must be honored in my life every day. Said many years I've come and gone since this Jesus was crucified, but we still gather round unto him who died for us. There remained no more sacrifice, there remained no more rituals. What could be bigger than the death of the Son of God at Calvary? In the morning let us honor him, every time let us honor Emmanuel. Glory, hallelujah, to the Lamb on the everybody say, Jesus must be honored, must be honored,
must be honored. Jesus must be honored
in my life every day. And when we come to December, this is one thing we always remember. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year. So when we come to December, this is one thing we always remember. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year. So happy birthday to Jesus, happy birthday to you, Emmanuel. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year. 2,000 years and 20 have gone, and we still gather round the King of Kings. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year. From January to December, and we still celebrate Emmanuel. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year. Jesus must be honored, must be honored, must be honored. Jesus must be honored in my life every day. Sing with me. Jesus must be honored, must be honored, must be honored. Jesus must be honored
in my life every day.
Hey, say happy birthday to Jesus. Happy birthday to you, the King of Kings. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and happy New Year. Happy birthday to Jesus. Happy birthday to you, Emmanuel. Merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year.
You know, come here,
Nice. Wow.
You know, it'll be interesting, Chivalin. It'll be interesting.
Relax.
It'll be interesting to see Jesus dance to his own music on his birthday. I mean,
wow.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, you want to sing to him, say, "Happy birthday, Jesus," and he brings his cake out, and then you're like, hey. So.
Oh, no, this is lovely. I almost don't want to stop you. Just look, let's just keep going. This is very nice. It relaxes you. This is one of the only days in the year where we can have this, actually.
Absolutely.
On this program. One of the only days.
Well, that doesn't mean that everything else in Nigeria has stopped working.
No,
you know, but
please
let everything be on pause for now.
Thank you.
You can see.
Wow. I just felt this is not a day to try my voice on that mic. And
you mean speechless?
Well, no. He's just we were rehearsing yesterday, and I just said that, so that's where he's picking up. But Buchi, good to see you. After all these years, you're still doing what you always have been doing. You never lost the flavor. How do you do it?
Thank you very much. How do I do it? This is who I am. Yes, the one who proclaims the gospel of Jesus Christ in reggae music, and nothing has changed. Except maybe for the few white breads. But every 3 years still I put out an album, a gospel reggae music album to celebrate Jesus Christ.
Well, there are a good number of reasons for people to do what they do. You definitely had options to reggae. Why reggae?
Why
For those who may have never heard it.
Why reggae? You know, as I think about this, I don't recall ever making a decision to choose reggae music. Like we always say in reggae music, I didn't choose reggae music. Reggae music chose me. So anyway, I grew up listening to this genre of music, and I didn't have to make a choice. When I transited from the nightclub where I was playing to the church, when I got born again back in '92, yes, and it was time to sing. Naturally, I had to sing
what you knew.
Yeah, that which I had internalized, and that's the reggae sound.
You know, a good number of things have happened over the years. No one saw 2020 coming this way. On December 31, 2019, into January 2020, everyone said, Happy New Year. For the entertainment industry, it definitely has been a very, very challenging one. How was it for you? And when you look back, of course, definitely people will still say there's a good reason to give God thanks. And of course, definitely that is the truth. But what was the experience for you? And what's the message?
In a general sense, many saw 2020. They just didn't know it would be 2020. But all the things happening now are just the Bible playing out like a movie script. Many knew that these days would come, the days of tribulation, the days of challenges, when the world would come in collision, the plan of the world and the plan of God would seem to come into some kind of, yes? And that these days would come, turmoils, nations rising up against nations, troubles, the perplexity of nations, it is called, but just didn't know that it would be in 2020. So when we said Happy New Year on the 1st of January in 2020, we meant it to be a Happy New Year. And for many, it has remained a Happy New Year.
And that's how we'll say it again very soon.
All that has happened, it's remained a beautiful year. Come to think of it, there was, during the period of lockdown, so much productivity and so much profit for so many people. I tell you, it depends on where you live. Yes, it depends on where you are. Yes, I don't mean where you live physically, but how you see things. It's been beautiful for me. During the lockdown, I made an album. I recorded 11 songs, which I just recently put out in a project called 1159. And that's, of course, to say that time is running out on the human race. And that's what this is all about, really.
You know, just like everybody else, we all have our ups and downs. I mean, you have moments where certain thoughts might have come when you're down, when you feel, well, maybe things are not as I thought they were going to be. You face challenges. How do you go through all of that, knowing that you're out there, people look up to you for so many things? How do you get yourself through?
One step at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. One step at a time. Blessed are they that hear God. It is not a mystery to hear God. There are people, God still speaks to people each and every day. And as he guides you, you go. Those who hear God make no mistakes, or indeed maybe their mistakes are few, if any. So how do I go about these things happening? One step at a time, seeking his face, following his voice. God still speaks to men. He speaks to me. What I hear him say, I do.
So how are you proceeding from 1159?
1159, I have had to ask myself on my way to the studio today. I just said to myself, what if this turns out to be the last Christmas before Jesus comes? What if this turns out to be the last Christmas? This would not be the first bleak Christmas. As we heard from the Venerable, it was all bleakness even when Jesus was born. That's why he was kept in a manger and not in a mansion. That's why he slept with goats and sheep on the very first day of his life. And come to think of it, Christmas 1969, I was in the bush. And that was the year at the close of a civil war. I remember I spent that Christmas 1969 in the bush and the latter part of it in an IDP camp, internally displaced persons, because the war had just come to an end. This would not be the first time that Christmas is coming in the midst of bleakness. Yes, a certain songwriter said, in the bleak mid-winter, frosty wind made mourn, in one of the Christmas carols. But it is not what happens around that determines our mood. It is our knowledge of the truth of what is going on. That's what determines our mood. And so I'm still all gay and flighty. Yes, it's a beautiful Christmas.
Wait a minute. Forgive me. When you said 1959, I'm wondering. 1969.
Yes.
How old were you at that time?
In 1969, I was 5 years old.
Uh-oh. Yeah, what some people call ancient of this, but maybe not as old as your God. Okay, so this is where we are now, and a good number of people are having their pressures irrespective. And you talked about following Jesus, listening to Jesus and all of that. How do you influence people beyond telling them what to do and all of it? We really need to, translate to Abuja now, but before we do that, how do you tell people who are having a hard time that, look, things are going to get better when it looks exactly the opposite?
I tell people the truth always. It won't get better for everybody. It will get better for those who hear God and who listen. He's still speaking. If you follow him, you'll get out of this groove. If you don't, it may not get better.
Oh, wow. Food for thought as well. Well, Buchi is still going to be here with us while, of course, we can't let that, just that piece of music. That's just one part of it.